Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll give you 10 cards I'd rather have over the Umbreon. Now, I don't hate the Umbreon, I just don't feel anything towards it. No FOMO, no hype for a $700 card, even though I know that's the ultimate chase card in the Sword and Shield era for everyone. So I went over the modern era and chose 10 cards I'd rather have based on the Pokemon, the artwork, just Pokemon that I gravitate more towards and I really would rather pull than the Umbreon. Go ahead and let me know what are your grail cards in the modern era. Anything over $100 or close to it, for me, it's a grail card. Obviously, we're not talking vintage price, we're just talking modern price. We start off the list with 3 legendaries from Gen 3, the Weather Trio, the last main series game I played as a kid. That's how I got back into it as an adult. These 3, hold a special spot in my heart as a childhood memory. I had Ruby, so Groudon's my guy, and then Rayquaza, my favorite legendary outside of Mewtwo. So these 3 stick out a bunch in my eyes as the best legendaries ever made in a main game series. And to my surprise, these are the most affordable cards on this list. You got Groudon going for 88, Kyogre going for 95, Rayquaza 145. These are over 10 years old, if not close to it. So very surprising how inexpensive they are compared to modern Sword and Shield cards. We gotta take a second to talk about the art. That's the main reason why I want these cards. We got Mega Rayquaza, the coolest Mega out there, and then we got Mega Pokemon coming back in the new Legends game for next year. Really excited for that. Then we got Groudon, Kyogre, Team Aqua, Team Magma. I think makes these cards even cooler, just because we don't have another version of this. I think where we have gym leader cards, but they don't feature a party of Pokemon. So I think the concept of this is very cool. I wish they would bring it back to the modern card era. Ash's team or just gym leaders in general, like their party of Pokemon that they wouldn't use. I think that would be pretty damn cool. Yeah, let me know what your favorite XY cards are. I think it's kind of limited. There's not as many art cards as Sword and Shield era. Yeah, we get the Sword and Shield era, the era I came back into, and man, these cards really are amazing pieces of art. We got Rayquaza, Charizard, Galarian Moltres, and the Giratina as my 4 that I chose for the Sword and Shield era that I'd rather have over the Umbreon. Call me crazy, but I think the V cards are way better than the Vmax cards. And the crazier thing is, all 4 of these cards are still cheaper than one Umbreon. This honestly was my the first chase card for me outside of the Charizard in Celebrations. So after I was done collecting Celebrations, I focused on other chase cards. And so the Future Strike wasn't doing it for me, and so these Evolving Skies. This Rayquaza V and the Dragonite V were the top chase cards for me for a long time until Brilliant Stars came out, obviously, and that's when the Charizard came out. And luckily, I pulled this on my first pack, I think, from an ETB I picked up at Walmart. So very lucky. Those 2 cards I really wanted, I picked it up. The Galarian Moltres I've been wanting for a long time. I just can't pull the trigger on buying it because I'm not a Moltres fanboy, but this card is so sick. The moon makes it even cooler. It's just epic. I should just get it. I'm disappointed that I didn't get it and now it's going up in value. And this Giratina V really caught me off guard. I didn't expect it to be this expensive. I didn't think it's going to be more popular than a Lugia card or a Rayquaza card, Charizard card. They're all alt arts, pull rates are all the same, or fairly close, if not the same. So very surprised it's that expensive, but the artwork is amazing. I love Giratina. I love the design of the Pokemon. So in my eyes, I can't really afford this card. I can't really see myself spending $300 on a card, but this is a wish list. This is a grail list that I want to have these cards one day. And I think my goal is, if I have this channel monetized, this will be my reward. This card will be my reward. It was the last grail card for me in the Sword and Shield era. It is my #1 chase card in the Sword and Shield era. So I think it'll be fitting because that's when I started my channel. Man, the next 3 really blew me away when I was looking for cards in the Sun and Moon era. Go ahead and comment down your top 3 cards from the Sun and Moon era. See if it matches my top 3. First of all, this card is so cool because it just reminds me, in almost every Pokemon game, I'm pretty sure, you're always reading the text on a statue. And so that's part of the game mechanics, and to see it done in a card is pretty cool. I really am focused on getting this card right now. Sun and Moon had its spike and now it's falling a lot. I just made a video about that as well. So I'm taking the opportunity to buy it while it's dipping back down. So this card hasn't really risen much higher than where it started from. So I think for me, it's a great buy, great opportunity to focus on that right now instead of Sword and Shield cards. Now this is hands down one of the most, if not the most beautiful card ever made. You got the pose, you got the heart, you got the sunset breaking through. Such amazing colors. Perfect card in my eyes. I would assume a lot of people agree with that, and that's the reason why this card is over $700. The only card that is competing with the Umbreon. And hands down, I'd rather have this card over the Umbreon. Again, I played Gen 3, so maybe that's the reason why I feel more connected to these Pokemon. At the same time, this is the first card that really spiked and drew my attention as to how Pokemon cards spike in value since I got back into it in 2021. So, you know, this card was a lesson learned. If you really want a chase card over $100 is probably where it's supposed to be, and you pull the trigger if you want it. If you wait too long, they might just be overpriced later on. Now, my number one card in the Sun and Moon era is this Test Tube Mewtwo. I am focused on getting this card. I want it in a slab, but man, is it hard to find one in Canada. I'm not even a slab collector, I'm more of a binder collector, but this card for me is a showpiece. Everybody loves Mewtwo, you know, the first original legendary, the coolest legendary. Competes with Rayquaza for 1 and 2, but I usually go towards Mewtwo. If I see a Mewtwo card, I want that Mewtwo card. But this is the perfect depiction of Mewtwo for a lot of us who grew up watching Pokemon. This is how we first saw Mewtwo. You know, the lab story is the first movie, and this card is perfect. You know, the artwork is amazing. The hollow pattern on the tube is just amazing. Amazing card. That's the only way I can describe it. I don't like that this is the only card that is still going up in value in the Sun and Moon era after the spike. It's already up $46, 44% from how low it was before after this moment, but I don't want people to like jump on this card before I get to it. That's why I'm focusing on it right now. I don't want to get any more expensive. It'd be great if it comes back down to $100. So here's my ranking for my top 10 Grail cards. We got Giratina number 1, Mewtwo number 2, Latios 3, Statue card 4, Moltres 5, Charizard, Rayquaza, Kyogre, then Groudon, then Mega Rayquaza as number 10. So there you go. Here's my list. Let me know what your top 10 are if it's not on this list. Honestly, I think the Mewtwo card could be number 1 one day. So I got the total price for all these cards at the bottom. eBay $13.65. TCG Player unfortunately right now is going through some mess. $2,100 for these 10 cards, so $700 more for the same cards if you want the convenience. But PSA 9 $25.79, and then PSA 10 $6,000. So yeah, pretty expensive cards if you want them in slabs. I'm a binder collector, but for most of these cards I'm probably gonna pick up in a slab just because they're gonna be my display piece, they're my show piece, and so that's the reason why I will pick these up in a slab. This was a really fun video for me to make. It's not the most educational video. I'm not really informing anyone of anything going on in the market. Usually that's the kind of videos I make, but this is a really fun video that I've been wanting to make just because it's for my personal self. I mean, this YouTube channel is really about building my collection, and I really want to focus it. I wanted to make a list of cards that I really want to focus on for the future to see if I reach that goal, you know. And that's the goal of this channel. I really want to build the best collection possible for me, collect the cards I want to collect, and also do it at a reasonable price. I don't really want to just spend an endless amount of money, and that's just easy peasy to build a collection. I want to be reasonable about the amount of money I spend on a hobby. And if you made this far, I really thank you so much for watching. Just a video about my personal favorite cards. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.